and welcome to this year's 10 on Your Side year-end special, Memorable Moments 2004. I'm Shannon Powell.
And I'm Andy Fox, and we're down here on the waterfront in Portsmouth. There goes the ferry. A great time to be living here in Hampton Roads.
Wonderful night.
You know, 10 on Your Side was there every step of the way, from internet scams to medical investigations to the war in Iraq to hurricanes. 10 on Your Side was there every step of the way.
That's right, Andy. With a team of reporters, photographers, and producers, 10 on Your Side investigated, confronted, and captured a lot of memorable moments in 2004.
So sit right back and watch this sneak peek of what's coming up this hour.
Fully involved.
You're going the wrong way! Oh my God!
The biggest story of the year, the war in Iraq, and 10 on Your Side was there every step of the way. Just 1 year ago, the U.S. captured the most wanted man in Iraq.
But what happened after Saddam Hussein was captured surprised everyone. It was thought peace was at hand. That changed, leading to more fighting, more turmoil.
And even in our presidential election, war was debated right here at home. Les Smith has more.
A year ago at this time, there was cause for optimism in the war. After 8 months on the run, Saddam Hussein had just been captured. But if that was a turning point, it was not in the direction most were hoping for.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
American and Iraqi leaders hoped Saddam's capture would slow the insurgency, perhaps even destroy it. Instead, it only got more violent.
We expected a lot of changes, and especially when they captured Saddam, but nothing has happened.
The fight moved beyond Baghdad to distant, deadly towns. Names we came to know: Fallujah, Ramadi, Mosul. The war of words was fought at home in the U.S. presidential campaign.
The American people deserve a commander-in-chief who will tell the truth in good times and in bad.
On good days and on bad days, whether the polls are up or the polls are down, I am determined to win this war on terror.
Iraq dominated the race. Through the long summer and into fall, the candidates debated the war. The soldiers fought it, including men and women from Hampton Roads. 19-year-old Jonathan Bartlett of Norfolk, his legs blown off, recovering at Walter Reed Army Medical Center. His body shattered, his determination still intact.
It's just the way it happened, and you just gotta deal with it. I screamed, "Why me?" like twice, and I had tears in my eyes, and I got over it. It's just the way it is. It's just something you have to deal with.
Sergeant Carla Best, stationed at Fort Story in Virginia Beach, also injured, also recovering at Walter Reed and hurting.
My knee is gone. I have no knee anymore. The why bothers me a lot, a whole lot. Yeah, I'm very mad about that. I don't understand why we weren't in up armed Humvees.
As the war dragged on, more soldiers openly questioned their leaders.
Now, why do we soldiers have to dig through local landfills for pieces of scrap metal and compromised ballistic glass to up-armor our vehicles, and why don't we have those resources readily available to us?
Saddam Hussein appeared only once in 2004 in July in an Iraqi courtroom, defiant, still insisting he was in charge. George W. Bush bet his presidency on the war and won. As 2004 draws to a close, Hussein sits in a 10 by 15-foot prison cell. Rather than shrinking, the U.S. commitment in Iraq is growing. The Army plans to increase troop strength from 130,000 to 150,000 before the January 30th elections. Military commanders admit U.S. troops will be in Iraq for years to come.
With the expected elections to take place in Iraq in January, 2005 is sure to be a year to watch. And you can count on 10 on Your Side to be there for every aspect of the war.
And we'll be there when the men and women serving in the war come home. Homecomings are a great aspect living here in the country's largest military community. Here's some memorable moments from homecomings in 2004.
The crew is what obviously makes this ship run, and they made it run extremely well. You couldn't ask for more. It's the first and the finest.
She was born while I was gone, and then I came home for a leave, and I got to see her, and had to leave again.
It's just too much. I'm ready to go home. I want to go home. Too much.
Just happy to be back.
Just happy to be back, yeah.
Coming up a little later, Andy Fox confronts those road rebels. And while that video is incredible, more weather moments are coming up. But first, 10 on Your Side is there with late breaking news coverage. And look at this video from Chopper 10. No one gets you closer. Welcome back, everybody. In 2004, 10 on Your Side was there when you needed us. When the minutes and the seconds counted, we jumped in to cover those stories that you cared about.
10 on Your Side was there with live breaking news as it happened, and we traveled across the world to bring you live local stories from the Olympics. Here's Cheryl Tan with some live memorable moments from 2004.
In 2004, 10 on Your Side was dedicated to bringing you breaking news as it happened.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're just a little shaken up. We're just here on the highway where a truck just came crashing next to us.
I can show you where I was standing. You see that fire truck? I was standing on the other side of the truck, which is just yards away from where the truck is laying on its side. Our photojournalist this year capturing the fires that devastated families and destroyed homes throughout Hampton Roads.
Ava?
That's right, Alvita. The truck driver was brought here for treatment for injuries sustained in a crash that left a young woman dead.
Our reporters focused on sharing up-to-the-minute information.
Carrie, this breaking news. Eileen Rhodes will receive 6 months in jail. She was then led away. She could have gotten the 10 years. The victim, now 45, called Eileen Rhodes the face of evil.
We just learned the identity of the security guard that was killed. He's been identified as 61-year-old Howard Williams.
Well, what we do know is that we have 4 people dead inside one apartment.
Big day for the Americans.
One crew traveling to another world to cover the Summer Olympics in Athens, Greece, bringing home stories of local athletes.
Words cannot describe the look on J.B. Walsh's face when he walked into the Olympic swimming venue here in Athens.
It's just unexplainable, really. It's been a dream.
At home, other crews focused on late breaking news.
We have breaking news to tell you about. We have just learned of some stunning political news out of Virginia Beach, where Congressman Ed Schrock has announced that he is dropping his bid for re-election.
10 on Your Side cameras were also there in 2004 to bring you a story best described as miraculous.
He's waving. Kid's waving.
Photojournalist Chris Omahan capturing the rescue of 6-year-old Daryl Nelson. Daryl trapped underneath an overturned boat, clinging to a life jacket for more than 2 hours. Days later, he said it best.
You think you're a lucky boy?
Lucky? Yeah.
You can count on 10 on Your Side to bring you live breaking news coverage as it happens in 2005.
Okay, Andy, you know you can't talk about live coverage without talking about Chopper 10. No one gets you closer. From Friday night flights to traffic nightmares, even an unbelievable 10 on Your Side rescue.
Yeah, pilot John Massey and videographer Tom Marks captured some memorable moments in 2004.
Here's Adam Owens with a closer look from Chopper 10.
Ready when news breaks.
Breaking news to tell you about a big house fire first reported only 15 minutes ago.
You're looking live at the scene from Chopper 10.
Chopper 10 doesn't report on what has happened, but what is happening, and no one gets you closer. A bumper-to-bumper backup for miles when the Berkeley Bridge just wasn't coming together.
The Berkeley Bridge is jammed.
And from high above, pilot John Massey and photojournalist Tom Marks didn't just show you what went wrong, but how to get out of it. A turn-by-turn detour only they can see from the air. Think that was a bear? Well, try this one. Back in July, a 500-pound fur ball goes for a summer stroll through Great Bridge.
He came along and did his bit.
Chopper 10 was in the branches alongside him. Neighbors enjoyed the show, but wildlife workers brought the curtain and the animal down. The bear returned home safely.
They're going to place him in and check him out and then take him to the swamp.
Swamped. That's what Virginia Beach looked like from Chopper 10 after some serious storms moved through in July.
And there was one in particular flight this year where we met a woman we won't soon forget who says she owes her life to Chopper 10 and the 2 men who fly her.
can be a death sentence within minutes.
Where is Suzanne Moore? York County emergency workers were running out of time to find out, so they called Chopper 10.
They called us and asked us if we could come up to assist because they had been searching for her since about 5 o'clock.
Moore, who suffers from diabetes, was riding her bike along Route 199 when she became disoriented. She walked into the woods, got lost, and her cell phone was running low. After hours growing weaker and weaker, Chopper 10 pilot John Massey and photojournalist Tom Marks found Moore in a clearing.
I got on the phone at that point with the 911 center, told them that we had located her, and told them that we were going to land the aircraft next to where she was.
That's when I saw the helicopter, Channel 10.
I noticed that she had blood on her forehead and a big bruise on the side of her face.
Tom Marks bandaged her up for a ride to nearby paramedics. It's a flight rescuers say made all the difference. A workhorse for Hampton Roads, bringing back incredible pictures of breaking stories, even stepping in when they're needed. That's what Chopper 10 has done for us in 2004, and expect nothing less in 2005. I'm Adam Owens.
Coming up.
The response was incredible.
That's what 10 on Your Side is all about, and 10 on Your Side fights to get answers. But right after the break, it was one of the busiest hurricane seasons in years. 10 on Your Side kept you ahead of the storms. Storm coverage 2004, next. Welcome back, everyone. 10 on Your Side had an unbelievable weather year. Remember this?
Our Super Doppler 10 weather team was there around the clock bringing you information that you needed to know. Chief Meteorologist Don Slater takes a look back at memorable weather moments in 2004.
A turbulent 2004 began with unusually warm temperatures, 75 to 78 in early January. The temperature quickly reversed itself and we saw 2 inches of snow on the 8th and 9th. Another 2 inches of snow fell on the 25th. However, even with those 3 snowfalls, January ended as a relatively dry month.
This year, it's like springtime.
February saw temperatures slightly above normal and was again a dry month with precipitation well below normal. The last significant snowfall of winter occurred on the 15th and 16th. In May, our dry spell ended. We ended the month about an inch above normal. May was an unusually warm month. The last 3 weeks saw temperatures mostly in the 80s and low 90s. In July, we saw some incredible rainfall. Out of the 31 days in July, 21 days had at least some rain. We ended up with nearly twice as much rain as we would get in a normal July. Usually the hurricane season starts to get active for our area in mid-August. This past August, it started early, with Hurricane Alex hammering Ocracoke and the Hatteras Islands on the 2nd and 3rd, and bringing over 3 inches of rain to the Hampton Roads cities. The remnants of Bonnie moved through the area on the 12th, followed closely by Tropical Storm Charlie on the 14th. Between Bonnie and Charlie, we had 5 straight rainy days, totaling nearly 6 inches of rain. Gaston brought historic flooding, though, to Richmond on August 30th, with 6 to 12 inches of rain in 8 hours. August 2004 was an incredibly rainy month, over 11 inches of rain. December 2004 started out quiet and mild enough, even reaching 71 on the 10th. That all ended on the 20th and 21st. 1 inch of snow wasn't so bad, but a record low of 15 degrees combined with 35 to 40 mile an hour winds produced wind chills near zero. Winter is here. 2005 is almost here. What will the new year hold for us weather-wise? Stay tuned. The Super Doppler 10 weather team will be here for you as well throughout the year.
10 on Your Side's weather team worked really hard this year to bring you the most detailed and accurate information. And this past year, 10 on Your Side got a brand new set, including a new weather center with state-of-the-art equipment to bring you the very best weather coverage in Hampton Roads.
Just over a year ago, Hampton Roads was hit hard by Hurricane Isabel. And just as we're recovering from that, hurricane season strikes again.
So 10 on Your Side jumped in a car, headed south to bring you the latest information and pictures from areas affected.
We went all up and down the East Coast, went to Florida. We also went to Alabama.
In early September, the 10 on Your Side team jumped into action and headed south after hurricanes devastated Alabama and Florida. But 10 on Your Side wasn't alone. Look who we ran into.
Listen, these are all local guys, and they're all with Dominion Virginia Power.
Just 1 year ago, it was Hampton Roads that needed the help. This time, Mike Casey was there to return the favor.
They come down and give us a big hand when we had trouble during Isabel and during some of the past storms. And it's just a great thing. It's one of the reasons I do what I do. Get the lights back on and be a part of getting everybody's life back together.
And back at home, the Kempsville Baptist Church was also preparing to head south.
It's terrible devastation.
Yeah. It's just like a bomb went off.
They call it a paradise here, but sometimes it gets pretty mean.
Well, it certainly wasn't paradise this time in Florida. Pat Samples lost half his roof during Hurricane Charlie and lost the other half during Francis. Andy Fox was right in the middle of the devastation.
Take a look at this. Francis showed no mercy, just took the roof and threw it off.
And of course, local members of the Red Cross and the Salvation Army would be there as well.
Our volunteers will be working on our mobile canteen units. They will be distributing comfort kits as well as hot meals to those that have been affected.
Hello?
Our Andy Fox caught up with the rescue team in Alabama. And just north of Alabama, when the Carolinas were pounded with strong winds and crashing waves, 10 on Your Side was there when thousands were evacuated from Ocracoke Island.
It was fine. We stayed in a real nice hotel. We didn't have any problems at all. So, yeah. And we didn't get flooded out. So.
What are you guys going to do now?
We're going home to Durham.
10 on Your Side was there from Florida, Alabama, the Carolinas to right here at home.
Neighbor helping neighbor. That's correct.
Nicole Lifus, 10 on Your Side.
Hurricane season will be here before you know it, so you can count on 10 on Your Side and our weather team to keep you informed.
Now, 10 on Your Side also keeps you informed with renters' rights. This year's hot topic, renters insurance. Every renter needs it, especially when the weather gets bad.
Yeah, Shannon, you spend a lot of time talking about renters and landlords and all that goes along with that.
Oh yeah, sometimes it's easier said than done. Each week we profile tenants who are having problems as a result of a landlord who's not taking care of business. But I'd be remiss to say that all landlords are bad. Sometimes it's the tenants who are causing problems as we look into renters' rights. A hole in the shower made this Hampton man call about renters' rights. Howard Shepperson just wanted to shower without rainwater or the unwanted skylight.
The whole thing may collapse. Come down on top of coughing in the shower.
After months of letters and calls to management, little was done.
It's unfair to me to have to live in these type of conditions.
Well, we showed up with the camera, and so did the property manager. He showed up too and promised to repair the roof. Now, renters' rights is also about landlord rights. Keith Johnson's family rented to a tenant who destroyed this Chesapeake apartment.
For someone to live like this is unbelievable.
That is until you see it in person. The stench forced cleaners to wear a mask, to remove trash, a maggot-infested refrigerator, filthy clothes, nasty dishes, and let's not forget the mouse that ran free.
We'd love to have him bear the cost of cleaning, refurbishing, and restoring the apartment.
The landlord can keep the security deposit and take a tenant to court for this mess. Well, we were not invited by this landlord. Dr. John Henry wanted us off his property.
Property, mister. Empty. What do you mean no touch the camera? Get off my property. Get off.
He wanted us off so bad he called police. The problem? We asked about his numerous code violations and failure to make repairs.
I feel kind of desperate. I'm embarrassed. I'm humiliated, and I feel like I've been wrongly. This just isn't justice.
The Section 8 program began investigating Dr. Henry's properties as a result of our numerous calls and questions. A renter has a right to live in a home where it's cool inside. For 2 months, Davita Jones got the cold shoulder when she asked Mallard Cove Management to repair the air conditioning unit.
I want AC. I just want to be cool.
We visited the office and the manager told us,
we have a lot of plumbing issues too, and Section 8 inspections. They take priority over anything.
Management changed its tune after our visit. 10 minutes later, the air was on.
Thank you, 10 on your side, and I love you from the bottom of my heart.
Be sure to catch Renters' Rights every Wednesday at 5:30.
In 2004, military reporter Patty Culhane brought us stories from Iraq. Coming up a little later, one soldier's tragedy brings strangers together for a welcome home surprise. But first, 10 on Your Side investigates to get you answers and your tax dollars wasted. You paid for this. Coming up next. 2004 has been a memorable year for 10 on Your Side. Our producers, reporters, and photographers have spent a lot of time investigating scam artists, public health hazards, and local government employees breaking the law, just to name a few.
At 10 on Your Side, we don't stop until we get the answers that you are looking for. Our Mary Kay Maloney takes a look back at some 10 on Your Side memorable investigations in 2004.
Over the drainage system, just right.
In May, 2 Virginia Beach women came to 10 on Your Side when they caught someone breaking the law on camera. A tour bus driver pulling into a neighborhood parking lot and dumping human waste.
I'm very angry. You know, like I said, if I was doing it, you know, I'd be in trouble.
The 2 women did their own stakeout with their own camcorder.
You can actually see toilet paper and boo-boo.
Then 10 on Your Side photojournalist Aaron Kurtz did his own stakeout.
Are you the bus owner?
No, I drive bus driver.
You're just the bus driver? Do you know who owns the bus?
Owner?
Yeah.
Owner not here.
Then, with our cameras still rolling, police arrest one of 2 suspects. They both had criminal charges dumped on them. Julia Cox had been struggling for a year to get and maintain food stamps from Norfolk Social Services.
Standing there asking someone to help you feed your children, it's just embarrassing.
But Julia found out her caseworker, Bianca Jackson, who kept calling her about missing paperwork and more delays, had just been indicted for allegedly lying to get food stamps for herself.
I can't even explain how angry I was.
But after our 10 on Your Side investigation, Julia and her children began getting their food stamps. And that was just the beginning. Hundreds of our generous viewers called in wanting to help. They stocked her kitchen, got her gas turned back on, and sent them Christmas presents.
I'm really grateful. Really grateful.
Love, Mama?
Yeah.
In February, we brought you an undercover investigation, a local jobs listing service accused of tricking the people who came to it looking for jobs.
Here's one for Weiland and Associates, customer service.
We talked to several people who say they were led to believe the jobs were theirs, but that was not true. So we sent in a 10 on Your Side producer undercover to Weiland and Associates.
Well, we're not a temporary service. All of our jobs are permanent, full-time and part-time. Well, we are a women membership organization job listing service. We don't charge for a job. The jobs are free.
10 on Your Side's investigation, the Virginia Beach Commonwealth Attorney's Office investigated and forced Weiland and Associates to stop misrepresenting itself to people just trying to find a job. Now, 10 on Your Side is already working on investigations for the new year. I'm Mary Kay Maloney, 10 on Your Side.
In 2005, 10 on Your Side will continue to go undercover, ask the tough questions, and investigate the stories that matter to you.
What also matters to you, your tax dollars. This year we exposed how your tax dollars oftentimes being flushed down the drain. It's our 10 on Your Side investigation into wasted tax dollars called You Paid for This. You paid for this, Virginia Beach, these new black light poles at the court complex. Virginia Beach taxpayers, 1 year ago, you paid $58,900 for the gray light poles. 1 year later, you're paying another $42,700 to replace the perfectly working gray poles with black poles.
It's nothing but a waste of money.
Waste of money, says Don Coble in Norfolk. That city spent thousands putting in a new sidewalk right next to a sidewalk. Coble confronted Norfolk's construction engineer, Chuck Swan.
The sidewalk is starting to fail. It's cracking. It's getting unlevel.
All you have to do is replace it.
We cannot.
Chesapeake taxpayers are forking over $585,000 to build new hangars so the Chesapeake Regional Airport Authority can pay back current loans to taxpayers. Airport whistleblower Roger Leonard.
It's almost like taxpayer dollar getting stuffed in one pocket and taken out of the other pocket.
Ted on Your Side got kicked out of the Ghost Fleet while investigating why Texas scrap yards are gouging taxpayers.
It's had more changes than Michael Jackson's face.
Robert Dean raised a stink about the $663,000 the 31st Street Hotel and parking garage is costing Virginia Beach in private attorney fees. Then Ted on Your Side applied pressure, getting the parking garage builder to accept all fines for not delivering the garage on time, taking taxpayers off the hook. Councilwoman Reba McClannon.
I think we're really stuck with the situation as it is and not as we might like for it to be.
And the people stuck are the taxpayers.
That's exactly right.
No turkey here, says Artie Derenbacher, who thinks $238,000 for the National Wild Turkey Federation is needed bird feed. When critics say $238,000 in tight budget time, this is a ripoff to taxpayers. You would say,
not really, sir.
By far, our favorite soundbite of the year goes to HRT's top man, Michael Towns, who said disabled riders get no better, no worse service on HRT than anyone else.
You take the bus route that goes from Southeast to Newport News, and you got a job up in Denby, pack a lunch.
Be sure to watch in 2005, You Paid for This, exposing more of your tax dollars being wasted.
The world of medicine and health went through its shares of ups and downs in 2004. Like the rest of the country, Hampton Roads went low-carb crazy and nearly panicked when a tuberculosis scare threatened hundreds.
And just weeks ago, hundreds were in line just to get a flu shot. Ted on Your Side was there to keep you informed. Here's medical reporter Stephanie Harris.
Tuberculosis took a toll on Hampton Roads in 2004. When a Chesapeake general nurse died from TB, hundreds had to be tested. Phones rang off the hook for days as health experts manned TB hotlines. Then, just when everyone calmed down, another case of TB in Virginia Beach forced dozens of students and faculty at two beach high schools to be tested. Several people are now being treated for positive TB results, but are otherwise healthy. In May, Ted on Your Side exposed a major medical mishap. When John Laster went in for a hernia operation, surgeons at Mary Immaculate Hospital unknowingly implanted a counterfeit product in his abdomen. 8 months later, he was still in pain.
That's why I said, oh God, I didn't know what I done got in my belly.
Ted on Your Side traced this tiny piece of mesh to a medical supplier, then another company, which got it somewhere outside the U.S. The fakes turned up in 18 hospitals across the country. The FDA says this is the first time the government is aware of anyone making a counterfeit medical device. A Portsmouth man also ended up with some bad medicine last year. Otis Elliott took prescription Crestor to lower his cholesterol, but ended up in renal failure.
Couldn't move nothing at all. My arm, my leg, no nothing. Seemed like everything has been dead.
The FDA eventually issued a warning to doctors of possible risks for the drug, but it's still on the market. One drug the FDA did not approve this year, Intrinza, the so-called female Viagra. The testosterone patch is the first of its kind intended to give women a boost in sex drive. The feds sent it back for more testing. On the lighter side of health news, millions are bringing on the bacon and losing their buns, literally.
How many carbs do you think would be in that?
About 300. Looks good.
Carb-conscious consumers force changes in fast food menus. McDonald's and Burger King are just two restaurants who, in 2004, added specialty salads and bunless burgers to their menus. Stephanie Harris, 10 on Your Side.
Be sure to stay tuned in 2005 as 10 on Your Side continues to inform you about late-breaking medical news you need to know about.
Coming up, you, the viewer, stepped in to help, and Shining Star a little later. But first, stay tuned. Road Rebels is next.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, sometimes getting the answers you need isn't always easy.
Many times investigating a story means talking to someone who doesn't want to talk to 10 on Your Side. Carrie Fury takes a look at confrontations where people try to dodge and in some cases try to destroy our cameras.
inappropriate, and I've never seen anybody.
We've come here and talked to you before.
But not like that. Whoa.
You can actually hear parts of photographer Aaron Kurt's camera hitting the floor after Norfolk Councilman Paul Riddick hit the roof. Reporter Mary Kay Maloney was trying to talk to Riddick about a controversial comment he made in June on a local radio program. Riddick expressed his opinion that an undercover drug operation that ended in a shootout near Military Circle Mall would not have been conducted in areas where, quote, Jews shopped.
Get out of my property, please. And don't ever come to me without calling.
Well, let me get this. Excuse me, sir. Don't touch me either.
This wasn't just the most memorable confrontation of 2004, but could be one of the tops of all time. 10 on Your Side also went looking for this woman, Little League soccer coach Lene Soares. Chesapeake parents say she collected money from them for trophies and a party for the Cheetahs Little League team, but said Soares instead cheated them out of more than $350.
Miss Soares, this is Shannon Powell with WAVY News.
A car in the driveway, but no answer the first time we tried to confront her in early July. Then by telephone, another interview is arranged.
Soares told us to meet her here at the Indian River Community Center. We waited for more than half an hour, and she never showed up.
The third time, our Shannon Powell was let in, but a photographer was not. We still got the story, at least Soares' version of the story.
Maybe you can tell us what happened to the trophies, Miss Soares. Why did it take so long to give them the trophies?
There was just a lot going on.
The next time we saw Lene Soares, she'd been arrested for felony embezzlement. Our next confrontation was between a 10 on Your Side viewer, she's behind the home video camera, and this man caught dumping trash on Debris Avenue in Norfolk.
They're having a big trash pickup here.
Cassandra Coker called 10 on Your Side. She also gave police the license plate of the vehicle she videotaped. The man doing the dumping was identified as Nicholas Flowers. A man named Flowers left filth and flies. He was charged with illegal dumping, and the city cleaned up this mess.
We're no dumping ground. We're not to be dumped on.
Cassandra Coker knew she had rights, camera, action. Carrie Fury, 10 on Your Side.
Stay tuned. More success stories like that are coming up.
10 on Your Side will continue fighting to get the story and confronting those standing in the way.
Okay, now we can't talk about confrontations without talking about you and Road Rebels.
Can you believe that Road Rebels has been on the air for 10 years? 10 years!
10 great years.
10 great years, 560 reports, 4 primetime specials, and we're still running hard trying to catch the Road Rebels. And here are some of the highlights from 2004.
Fox, you're gonna have to get off the bridge now. I'm gonna have to call the police.
Well, listen, you can't raise us. They gotta wait. In 10 years of Road Rebels, one of our greatest accomplishments, convincing the Coast Guard to stop opening the Dominion Boulevard Steel Bridge every time a pleasure craft wants to go through. Thanks to your complaints, it now opens every hour on the half hour. This year, Road Rebels won its second regional Emmy for our 2003 primetime Road Rebels special.
That's what I'm talking about.
We think we could win another with scenes like this from this year's special.
Oh, you don't get me like that. Oh my God.
That's what you, man. I'm all right. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, but the car.
Yeah, I'm all right. That's what you.
Well,
I'm gone, man. Come on, man.
you gotta be careful. We caught this guy backing up the off-ramp at 15th View and 64.
What are you doing? You're going the wrong way. Right there. Right there.
We met a lot of tough-talking kids this year.
I'm fine, dude. I'm not getting on TV.
He doesn't want to do an interview. Get out of here.
Not everyone had that attitude.
Where's Andy at? What you know about Virginia Beach with Andy Fox chilling in Wavy T10? Wavy T10.
And what a pleasure meeting this woman.
Camcord my daughter!
Hey,
No way! No! Who are you?
I'm Andy Fox with Wavy TV.
I don't care. I don't want nothing on TV.
Remember how we sponged Wavy TV 10 on the downtown tunnel walls to show how disgusting the walls were since their last cleaning 2 years ago? Mr. Clark, I'd like to talk to you about when the downtown tunnel's going to get cleaned. When will the downtown tunnel be cleaned? Following that VDOT encounter, the walls got cleaned. Stop! See that? Remember the stop sign runners at Coliseum Mall? Remember her?
And the best you can do is stand in a mall parking lot trying to find somebody running a stop sign.
Remember how mall management invited road rebels back on the property just to kick us off again? We're doing a story on these stop signs.
Right.
That's what we're doing.
Okay, well, I haven't given you permission to tape. Please do not take this.
You can always catch Road Rebels, WAVY News 10 at 5:30, and also on the Saturday morning show beginning at 6 a.m.
Coming up, you, the viewer, came to the rescue, and for one soldier, an entire community jumped in. But first, right after the break, stories from Iraq. And 10 on Your Side success stories are next. Welcome back. In 2004, 10 on Your Side made a difference in a number of lives. We were there to listen when it seemed no one else cared.
That's right, Shannon. When there was no hope in sight, our team of producers and reporters and photographers stepped in to save the day.
That's what 10 on Your Side is all about, success.
Thomas Jennings didn't subscribe to Cox Communications, but he had a cable that literally stretched from his front yard to his backyard.
The line initiates from the pole over there to this pole down here. There's a connection here for this cable, which runs across our property.
He says he called and even visited the company several times to get rid of the unsafe cable.
After about over 2 months of trying to get some action out of Cox, when TV 10 on Your Side got involved, we had same-day results, and I am extremely pleased and happy. Thank you.
A Portsmouth community needed 10 on Your Side's help too, fed up with a dangerous lake in their backyard.
The lake was really the selling point for our house, and now is an eyesore.
There was fear that the trash, dead animals, and unsure water line could eventually lead to a child's death.
It just concerns me that when the grass really starts growing, that a child is going to actually think that they're running out on the grass and they may go out into the lake.
2 days after our story aired, work crews were out cleaning up the ugly mess. 10 on Your Side also came to the rescue of the Callahan family. Their home was going into foreclosure after a once trusted friend convinced them to sign over their deed so he could get them a lower interest rate. It didn't work, and the Callahans came close to losing it all. But 10 on Your Side asked for more time while a friend got the money needed to pay off the outstanding balance.
Is there any way you can give us an hour?
I probably can. The assistance of an attorney and an 11th hour prayer was answered.
Foreclosure sale for 1523 Brenlin Circle, Virginia Beach has been canceled.
The Callahans got to keep their home.
Be sure to catch 10 on Your Side, making a difference and changing lives in 2005.
You know, Shannon, changing lives is what 10 on Your Side is all about. And every week, our own Don Roberts profiles a child who needs a little nurturing and a little love. Profiled in Wednesday's Child.
Here's Don Roberts with Memorable Moments, Wednesday's Child, 2004.
What's your favorite team?
Philadelphia Eagles. New England Patriots. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Why you wearing a Redskins jersey? Each boy is enrolled in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, hoping to have a mentor meet them here at their school 1 hour a week. Like the different colors in these mini golf balls, each one of the children holding them is unique.
I like golf too.
Jasmine likes football.
Yeah, it's a boy sport, but I still like to play football.
Ali has big dreams for when she grows up.
Being a doctor and a veterinarian. Oh, 3 things. And an archaeologist.
You can make a difference in a child's life by volunteering to meet with the child here at their school 1 hour a week in the school-based mentoring program. You start the process by dialing this number. What's the number, guys? 5497-437. Louder.
5497-437.
You can catch Wednesday's Child each Wednesday at 5:30 because changing lives is what 10 on Your Side is all about.
Though it was unusual for a local TV station to send a crew to Iraq, we wanted you to see what life was like in a war zone.
We wanted to find out what it was really like for thousands of local military members serving overseas.
So we sent military reporter Patty Culhane and photojournalist Aaron Kurtz to a war zone.
For us, getting there really did seem like half the battle. A C-5, a C-2, a C-130, and a Sherpa ride took us through 5 countries to get the story. First to Bahrain for reports on the USS George Washington's role in the war. Then to Kuwait for a look at local sailors and soldiers moving massive amounts of equipment for the troop rotation. And then into Balad, Iraq, where we were met by a mortar blast. It wouldn't be the last close call.
It sounded like a lightning bolt that just hit the top of the building.
We introduced you to local soldiers getting ready to leave the battlefield, candid in their comments.
You can say the way of living was a big change. Yeah, real big change.
I hated it. I hate Iraq.
And we met those who were in the middle of the fight days after contractors were slaughtered in Fallujah.
It's hard to believe that these people are even human at times, and it definitely scares you.
We saw their fear the most common from the improvised explosive device. We showed you them scrambling to cover their Humvees in any armor they could get their hands on.
Yeah, there's an AK-47 round on the window over there. It caught the corner.
You finger off the trigger until such a time as you have identified a target that needs to be neutralized.
And then they showed us why they say they are here. They took us into the farming villages that surround the base.
The country is destitute. And the worst thing for me was seeing the kids walking around, no shoes, no clothes. And it's tough.
The children here and about situation.
But we didn't need an interpreter to know that. Crumbling walls, no running water, a hole in the ground for a toilet, and few books. But the kids were in school and even tried to give us the candy the soldiers brought for them. This was a side of Iraq the soldiers wanted everyone to see.
I don't think I know. That's how we're going to win the war, by winning over the children and the future of this country.
We know now that it took another year, another series of pitched battles and unexpected turns. But we also know now that this school looks much different today, transformed into a building that resembles this one. Our goal, to bring you the faces of the fight from the front lines. Patty Culhane, WAVY News 10.
You can count on 10 on Your Side to go those extra miles, literally, to bring you the stories you want to see in 2005. Coming up in just a few minutes, helping those in need, making a difference. Shining star and a special homecoming for a local soldier as 10 on Your Side and the community come to the rescue. Those stories next. Welcome back, everyone. 2004 was an incredible year where you stepped in to help people in our community, like getting a young girl a wheelchair lift after a crash killed her parents, leaving her paralyzed.
To rebuilding a woman's home after a contractor didn't finish the job. You opened your hearts and helped someone in need. Here's Leon Moore with more memorable moments.
For Cassie Heron, this specially equipped van means freedom.
To the mall and they go see movies.
Cassie lost her parents in a car crash back in February. The crash left Cassie paralyzed from the neck down. After 10 on Your Side aired her story, the calls poured in from people wanting to help.
The response was incredible. As soon as it got on the TV, just people started calling and trying to help out.
Karen Alameen donated the lift. Doug Warnham put everything together.
It just really touched me. I felt like Cassie really needed some help here.
Cassie is now able to get back on the road, showing no fears that the last time she took a trip, she lost her family and the use of her body.
Thank you.
Remember the story of Emily Haley? She's the 11-year-old Chesapeake girl in need of a double lung transplant, a procedure that cost $500,000. Back in October, police say this man, Jason Rumsey, walked into a Zero Sub shop in Chesapeake and swiped a jar full of donation money meant for Haley. The store's video camera caught the whole thing.
I'm glad that they figured out who it was that stole it.
When 10 on Your Side ran the story, the community came together to help raise the money. Haley's family tells 10 on Your Side they are close to reaching their financial goal. Back in September, a contractor scammed Gertrude Collins out of $20,000 she paid him to make repairs to her home.
I want to sit down and really cry. All I want to do is upgrade some of it, and I wanted to stay here for a while.
Tom Ligham heard about Collins' plight. He volunteered to finish the work at no charge.
So many people in my business get bad reputation just because of that.
During hurricane season, storms battered Florida and other parts of the South. Many from Hampton Roads made the trip south to help with relief efforts, including some volunteers from the Kempsville Baptist Church in Virginia Beach. But shortly after getting back, someone stole the church's disaster relief trailer. When 10 on Your Side aired the story, police in Norfolk found it and returned it to the church.
A little warning rag and logo's gone, but glad to be home again. Glad they found it.
Leon Moore, WAVY News 10.
It's a sure bet that 10 on Your Side may need you in 2005. Thanks for making some memorable moments in 2004. This year, you also made a difference donating more than 44,000 school supplies for kids who needed them. And you also handed out more than 6,000 coats to kids in Hampton Roads so they would be warm this winter.
That is impressive. There are so many people in our community doing great things. Throughout the year, we honor those people. So here's Alvita Yule with some memorable shining stars from 2004.
Roger Aleo never ceases to come to the aid of his entire neighborhood in Norfolk.
These people I give and they receive, they also give to others. So that's a multiplication aspect of it.
A lot of people are thanking Marion Edmonds, too. She's the retired Norfolk school teacher who is still teaching, by the way, at the Norfolk Senior Center.
I've never been surprised like this before, and being a shining star. Woo.
Darlene Barcliffe will always be grateful to Jeanette Chapman for saving the life of her infant daughter, not once, but twice.
I ran in, and there was Mrs. Barcliffe holding the baby, who was like a wet washcloth. I thought she was gone. So I did the CPR another time and then really put my finger down into her throat, and I finally got her to gasp.
Flora Johnson has recently retired from Churchland Primary and Intermediate in Portsmouth, but she will always be remembered as the woman who created masterpieces in special needs students. She was nominated by Terry Best, who was also nominated by the students at the same school. These flowers and this pen are for all of you who go the extra mile to make life better for someone else.
And who knows, maybe someday we'll be knocking on your door to give you a shining star.
Now, the people in this next story, they are definitely shining stars.
Shannon, it's a story that sums up what 10 on Your Side is all about. It's about people coming together to help someone in our community.
You see, Private Jonathan Bartlett lost both his legs in Iraq. His family home doesn't have a bathroom or a bedroom on the first floor. Well, it does now. Military reporter Patty Colhane has the story.
No, you got the wrong phone number. This isn't happening.
Okay, baby doll, it's all right. It's okay.
But it did.
He's alive.
The shock quickly wore off for Rocky and Esther Bartlett, replaced with the reality of the situation. How were they going to help their son John recover in this house?
This would be the gentleman. That's the man.
WAVY News 10 decided with the help of FM 99 that wasn't good enough. The kid who said he could sleep on a cot shouldn't have to.
I don't know if it's military or it's just the nature of the place, is the most generous radio, TV, community, if you want to call it, that I've ever known.
It all started with the Klempt Group. Dave Sr. designed the addition. Dave Jr. supervised the building of it.
We'll get started right away on it.
With just 4 hours of phone calls, almost all of the contractors were lined up. All of these business owners agreeing to donate their workers' time, the supplies mostly coming from Home Depot.
These guys go out and they risk their lives every single day protecting us. So it's kind of a way that we can say thank you in some small way.
From clearing the land to the foundations, The framing, the roof, the electricity, the plumbing, the walls, the siding, the cabinets, appliances, flooring, furniture, the dumpster, even the porta potty, all a gift for John. An economic hit for all of those who made this happen. Their reward, just seeing this.
That is a huge bed. What am I going to do with that? Thank you. From the bottom, down here. It's very cool.
You know, we get thousands of emails and letters and phone calls from people throughout the year. In 2005, we will continue to investigate, confront, and get you answers.
If you need 10 on your side, you can always reach us at our 10 on your side hotline. That number is 673-5310. Or you can reach us by email at wavy.com, or you can write us here at the station. We leave you tonight with a special thanks to the men and women serving our country. We want to take a moment to remember those who lost their lives fighting for freedom in the war on terror and in Iraq. Many had ties right here in Hampton Roads. Well, Andy, that wraps up another year of great stories and memorable moments.
Good night, everyone, from a very cold waterfront from the city of Portsmouth.
We'll see you next year.
Good night, everyone.
Fully involved.
Going the wrong way! Oh my God!
Empty.